But let's get right into it. Okay. Starting off with a somewhat chill game. As you can see, it's called Duskbound. And, yeah. It's somewhat tame for a yandere game, but, or a visual novel, but, you know, we'll just have to see. I think maybe the sound can be a little bit quiet. But yeah, let's go. This game contains dark and unsettling themes and may not be suitable for everyone. I believe you are a female protagonist, too. Oh, would you like to see the content warnings? Oh, yeah. Get those content warnings, y'all. This game features textual descriptions of manipulation, blood, violence, death, murder, and dubious consent. There are visual, non-graphic depictions of blood. There is no light in the city. A dull red moon is all that illuminates our eternal night. Even the lanterns are obscured by countless moths. People trace the same paths every day, seemingly possessed by no spirit at all, simply droning on. All these things forbidden on this Christian Minecraft server. Yeah. But I get to break through this, you know. Some days it feels like I am the only one who is alive, and everyone else is merely a ghost. It wasn't always like that. Long ago, this city shone as a beacon to all those who believe in the one Lord, until the Red Plague fell upon us, and our great cathedral was abandoned by those who proclaimed they would save us. They took the light with them when they left, but they couldn't take everything from us. I, for one, have done my best to find hope in small things, like my meeting with him. There is no light in the city, but he is the sun. I don't know who he is, but I saw him one day ambling through the town square. His garments were impeccably tailored, and his hair framed his face in a way I had only seen in paintings. And those fine threads, if he had stopped by my workshop, I would have surely remembered. Of course, I've seen attractive men in my life, but there is simply something different about him, and that glint in his eyes. As I examined him, his eyes met mine, and a radiant smile came over his features. Radiant? I think you mean sharp. Look at those choppers. The light behind his eyes shone so dazzlingly. Okay. I hadn't seen anyone in the city look like that in years. When it occurred to me that I was staring at him, I quickly averted my eyes. Excuse me. I rushed past him, embarrassed by the blush slowly rising to my cheeks. In the days that followed, I passed by the town square as often as I could afford myself the time to, hoping to catch a glimmer of him again. I had to confirm for myself that he was not an illusion. More than that, I had to confirm that the light that I had found in his eyes was more than a fluke. The longer I went without seeing him, the more I became convinced that I had made it all up. That he was no different from the others, and that I was desperate for anything that would change the monotony of my dull days. But he was there again. And that same expression was unmistakably real. He was looking at me with those eyes. Man, my heart going crazy. Doki doki. Eyes that make me forget about this dreary place, that send me far away. Ever since then, I couldn't get him out of my head. More so, I couldn't let go. At first, I was content glancing at him every now and then, a gentle reminder that not all is dark and not all hope is lost. But the more I gave in to thinking about him, the less I could accept the daily routine that I'd been shoving down my own throat and pretending I was content with. Girl saying, what I'm saying is, I grew greedy. I had been looking for an escape this entire time, not knowing how to find one. I could leave, but where to? Nothing but death awaits those that venture outside the city walls. The only solace available to me might be the arms of another, but I had never found anyone fit to hold me. Still, things are different now. I have nothing to lose, and everything to gain. That's why today, I'll change my fate. I swallow hard, trying to calm my quaking heart and nervous breathing. He's mesmerizing. Hello. Good day. Can I help you? I don't believe we've met. Oh, of course. Why would he remember me? The words I so carefully rehearsed failed to spill from my lips. Well, I've seen you around in the town square. Oh no, this isn't going anywhere. Oh, I recall now. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you earlier. I don't receive guests too often. Please come in. Why don't you join me for some tea? It's something of a hobby of mine, growing plants and combining them into interesting flavor combinations. Unfortunately, I am rather strapped for taste testers, so I'm unsure if they're any good. You can't be your own taste tester? What, are they poison? My face flushes. He's being so kind, but why? I'm no more than a stranger plucked from the streets. Perhaps. Could it be? He sees the same light in my eyes that I see in his? A gentle warmth spreads throughout me, and I finally find it in me to meet his gaze. That sounds lovely. I must admit I'm no connoisseur of tea, but I do enjoy a cup every now and then. With plenty of milk, preferably. Oh, maybe that is a faux pas to a true tea enthusiast. No such thing. Some teas are better with milk and some without. There is plenty of time to get you acquainted. But please, it's quite chilly outside. Do come in. I insist. I nod in agreement and cannot help my smile from growing wider. It seems that whoever is daring truly does come out victorious. As I enter through the doorframe, I glance up at him and can't help but notice those teeth look awfully sharp. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. The mansion's interior is reminiscent of an antique shop, one that does not get customers all too often. There's an eeriness to the way it looks, almost abandoned, half hidden behind cobwebs and dust, but the familiar smell of old books wafting over me is enough to put me at ease. By the way, I have to say I really like this track. Really nice. As I follow him through the hallway, I look around and wonder. The walls are lined with portraits of women. All of them look different, but they bear a chilling resemblance to one another. Some of them look expressionless, others sad or even anguished. Not one of them wears a smile. But most unsettling of all, they remind me so very much of me. Save. So I can ask about the portraits, or I can keep quiet. I'm gonna ask about the portraits. I believe that this leads to a different, branch. What lovely portraits! The artistry is apparent, but I must say, they look so sullen. Might I ask the story of these paintings? He turns around slowly and purses his lips, as though he's unsure how to respond. After a drawn-out silence, I start. Get out of here. Nice. Oh, I'm sorry if I pried into something I shouldn't have. His eyes soften. No, don't worry. It's another hobby of mine, though I fear I'm not very good at it. After all this time, painting the same subject, I have at least managed a modicum of skill in portraiture. So they're all portraits of the same woman. Then what love he must have had for her. I feel a pang of jealousy within my gut as I picture him gazing at her intently, working to capture her likeness stroke by stroke. I don't know if jealousy is the right mood for this right now. Do you like them? He stares longingly at the paintings for a moment, then directs his attention back to me. They're beautiful, truly. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. However, if you wouldn't mind me asking, who is she? He chuckles, turning his gaze towards me. You're just the same as always. Excuse me? What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can't you see? They're you. All of them are you. My beautiful pale one, shining like the moon in the night sky. How I would have loved to capture your smile. Ah, I can feel it. You feel it too, don't you? Yes, this time it's different. The miracle I have been waiting for. You're drawn to me this time. You've never looked at me like that, scarlet eyes sparkling, that face. No pain, no fear. It makes me happy. This is already going well. Let's panic. This can only end well. I don't know what you're on about. I cannot deny that these portraits do bear some resemblance to me, but we haven't met, and I'm certainly not set for any portraits. No. Just when I thought that things had changed. What was it this time? Was it something I'd said? It's useless, isn't it? Why must you torment me like this? The light I saw in him left his eyes completely in that moment. A cold shell remained, leaving me to wonder which one was the real him. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I have to leave. I take a step back towards the door, but he grips my wrist with a terrifying strength. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. I glance at his stoic face with bewilderment. Why is his expression so dead? I can't understand any of this. And his eyes, how hollow they seem now, all light extinguished. It pains me to see him so, but as he tightens his hold on my wrist, I snap back to the situation at hand. I try to pull my arm from his grip, but it simply won't move. Uh-oh. I keep pulling. I keep pulling with what strength I have, but it won't move at all. Just what do you want from me? Look at me with those eyes again, and things can go back to normal. Please, my dearest moon, look at me. I know what he wants now, but I'm terrified. How can my eyes fill with love when he has lost the very thing that pulled me in? Oh, Jesus. Okay, okay. Let's try to get away, I guess? Give up. No. Give up. No. Give up. Never. Give up. No. Give up. How dare you? Give up. We need one flanking on the left of the ship. Give up. Give up. You know what? I don't know where this is gonna go. But I'm curious. Give up. Give up. Give up. Give up. Give up. Give up. Man, that really doesn't go anywhere. Uh, I mean, I could keep trying, but I don't want to sit here all day. Or all night, rather. 2 hours later. Let's smile at him. I mustered my best attempt at a smile, but it feels lopsided and wrong at best. An absolutely joyless laughter resounds throughout the hallway. Pathetic. Absolutely pitiful, really. As suddenly as it appeared, his smile recedes from his features to reveal an almost fragile expression. Oh, my dearest pale one, how I squandered this chance. Next time I'll do better, I promise. Alas, until then, whenever and however that may be. Without warning, he knocks me out. Owie. There's no way to know how much time has passed once I regain consciousness. I slowly open my eyes and the wave of panic washes over me as I realize I'm tied to a chair. Uh-oh. That's when I notice him sitting across from me, his expression hidden behind his easel. I try screaming, begging, bargaining, anything that could get him to listen, but he no longer looks at me. He simply stares off into some impossibly far distance, somewhere I can't reach, and probably somewhere he can't reach either. As he looks through me, he paints my form as though possessed. With each erratic stroke, he transposes a piece of me from reality into his canvas, and once he's done, there'll be nothing left of me. Anyone answered your own question. You sure definitely got some answer. Alrighty. Okay. Let's play along this time. Conflicting emotions slosh around the pit of my stomach, causing me to fall silent. I don't know how these paintings could possibly be of me, but how could I not feel flattered by such words? Our meeting in the town square must have made quite an impact on him after all. It seems he was simply afraid of overwhelming me. He's odd, but perhaps it's precisely that which has me charmed. I can't deny that the connection I feel towards him feels like something more than a whim. Something is set alight in the air between us when our eyes meet, something that was always there in my dreams, just out of reach. But he's here now, and he's real, and he feels it too. Who am I to scoff at that, when I am the only one who could possibly understand? You would compare me to the moon? It's embarrassing to admit it, but ever since I first laid eyes on you in the town square, you have been like the sun to me. You shine in these dreary days of dullness, reminding me of what good remains in this world. I bashfully squint my eyes shut and will myself to turn invisible. I can't believe I just said that out loud. If only you knew, my dear pale one. My rays of light can only reach their true magnificence when reflected by the moon. I'd have expected a mansion of this size to have servants sweeping the floors or conversing in hushed whispers as they pass through the hallways. However, I don't see a single soul as he guides me to their drawing room. Our only accompaniment, the echoed sound of our footsteps. The more I see his residence, the more I'm reminded of a ruin, a tomb, where some nobleman lies buried underneath piles of luxuries he no longer has a use for. A deep sense of loneliness seeps out of every wall, threatening to suffocate me. I wonder how he feels, wandering through these hallways all alone. Here we are. Please, have a seat. I'll be right back. He gestures at a worn-down but clearly well-made sofa before disappearing behind the door. I sit down and look around the room to pass the time. It's beautiful, but looks somehow disheveled. The candles stand crooked in the candlestick, and a thin layer of dust covers most surfaces in the room, further exemplifying its apparent disuse. He steps back inside, the silver tray held. I took a nap this time, but I'm still eating. He steps back inside, a silver tray held delicately in hand. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. No, not at all. He swiftly places down 2 elegant teacups on the table, their aromatic steam breathing life into the stillness of the room. The sight of the doilies' pristine white color makes a slight worry creep up my back. I must not spill the tea. I must not spill the tea! Aw. But I'm so good at that. Steadying my hand, I lift the teacup and bring it to my lips. The tea ripples as I blow on it gently. Of course, it is entirely too hot to drink. This was merely a practice run. Perhaps a few minutes of conversation should have it ready. I take it you do not make much use of the drawing room. He lowers his cup and nods. I suppose it was obvious. The majority of my time is spent in my atelier or in my study when I wish to read. As you can likely tell by now, this place is far too spacious for me alone. Still, as long as I live in this dreaded city, I can't bring myself to abandon my family home, even if little remains of those who once called it so. Perhaps, especially so because of that. I fall silent for a moment, unsure of how to respond. Should I distract him from the dreary topic by delving into our shared interest in reading? It doesn't feel right skirting around his tragedy merely because it is unpleasant. Was it the Red Plague? Oh, not the Red Plague. Damn it. My sister and I lost our parents and baby brother. It must be hard, not having anyone. I did not mean to make you pity me. Death might be a consolation compared to wandering around this ghost of a city. I do hope your family's at peace. Apologies. I did not mean to dampen the mood. Now, enough of all that. Tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit? Oh no, I can't avoid it any longer. I came here for a reason, but would it be absurd to lay it on the table like this so soon? Then again, with the things he has said before, it feels as though he already knows my heart. Is there any point in hiding it anymore? Oh, Jesus. Confess your love. Oh, boy. Confess my love. Yeah, let's go for it. Woo. Perhaps, against my better judgment, I muster up the courage to get the words out of my mouth. I'm about to say something insolent and brash. Will you forgive me? You can say anything to me and I'll accept it. My forgiveness is always irrevocably yours. Something about the kind look in his eyes and the candor in his words gives me pause. I do not deserve this warmth. The reason I came here today is because I cannot forget about you. I simply cannot let you go. Ever since the eternal night fell, everyone in this city has been lost. They aren't alive. They're only puppets acting out some play long after the audience has left. I too was lost, but when I looked into your eyes for the first time, I felt found. You aren't like them. You are the only person in this world who feels real. I know this sounds like insanity, and you were free to send me away. I have seen the way you look at me. If it is as I suspect, and this feeling is something you recognize, then please, let me stay by your side. Oh, damn. Caught him off guard. My heart pounds against my chest, but I feel relieved to finally speak aloud the feelings I held inside, no matter what comes next. Cannot believe it. Joy, elation. Words fall short of describing the feeling you've stirred inside me. I was right this time. Finally, you have come to your senses and have come to see that you belong to me. Oh, wait, what? He holds out his hand to me. It doesn't matter that I do not understand why. None of this matters. Only he and I exist, and that is the truth. Oh, true love. No. No, I'm not. Not sure I can condone this. Briefly, I think back to my home, to my workshop, where I make the same dreamless robes day after day until my hands. Damn it. Until my hands can remember the steps better than I remember the faces of my parents. Damn. That's deep. Excuse me, let me just get a sip of my tea. To my workshop, to my sister, who, try as she may to suppress it, holds that quiet resentment in her gaze as she looks at me. Why was I the one who lived and not my precious brother? And now, I can leave it all behind. None of those ties have to bind me as long as I have another thread to hold on to. All right. Jeez. What a variety of options. Let's take his hand. This eternal night exists because we cannot fulfill our roles without one another. You understand, don't you? Your purity is mine and mine alone to corrupt. Wait, what? What? Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I can read this with a straight face. All right. No, all right. Corrupt me then. I won't protest. Jesus. Your mask is turning red. No, it's not. Lies. Oh, jeez. I'll make sure to savor it slowly. I think he might be dangerous, but I like it. No, I'm just kidding. This might be entirely warped, a choice born out of desperation. Yeah, as most poor life choices do. But right now, that thought doesn't reach my heart. All of this makes sense. No, it has to make sense. If it doesn't, the red moon has hollowed us all out, and I don't know how much longer I could have taken it before I would have ended up like them. It's better to go out in a blaze than to be ground to dust. He moves over and brushes his fingers against me softly, running them first along my cheeks, then over my lips and down my neck. Oh, this is getting a little too spicy. Opened my Sprite as soon as you said that line, and it's Sprite. The surface. Oh no. Wait, which part? Which line, Emily? He moves over and I'm listen to my neck. Every touch sends a spark that alleviates my loneliness just a little more. The corrupt line. See? Every touch sends a spark that alleviates my loneliness just a little more. Bit by bit, he caresses every inch of my exposed skin. Wait, can it alleviate my IBS too? That'd be great. Making me tremble. Ooh. His breath tickles my ear as he whispers. Sorry, there was something in my throat. I forgot how weird the lines are in this. I want to rip you open. If only I could. If only I could live inside you. But don't worry, I'll make sure no harm befalls you, my love. I press my lips against his shakily, but my hesitance finds no reply in him as he pulls me in. His mouth moves against mine insatiably, seeming to carry the weight of a lifetime of yearning. It's nothing I've ever felt before. I melt into his rhythm with a sigh, wrapping my arms around him as I lose faith in my ability to support my own body. Then he parts from me, takes my face in his hands. A smile spreads across his face as he presses his forehead against mine. I have seen you in so many forms, but this one is new. Even the scent of the blood in your veins has become sweeter. Everyone has forgotten the hundreds upon thousands of times this night has repeated. Even you. I am the only one who remembers all of you. That is why I am the only one who can have you. You're mine. Okay. She literally just said, okay. I'm yours. He runs his tongue along my nose. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, warning to the kiddos out there. Don't watch this. Is it too late? I feel his fangs graze against my skin and hold back a gasp. So it's true. It's not that I'd never heard of them before, those cursed to walk between life and death. I suppose I had thought them more of a tale to scare misbehaving children. Maybe I should have known when I saw his grin. He's a vampire. Yeah. Wonder what tipped us off. If you offer me your blood, the eternal night will come to a final end. Our curse will be dissolved. You'll be free. Go on, then. Do it. But freedom can be a terrifying thing. I'll help you, won't I? Unable to stay away from him now that I have had a taste, I kiss him again. A quiet peace falls over us as we desperately try to fill the gaps between our physical forms. My dearest pale one. His fangs brush against my neck once more, but they ask to sink deeper this time, taking a deep breath. I give a small nod. He breaks my skin and I shut my eyes tightly. It burns white hot, but the pain isn't unpleasant. Oh. Absolutely delicious. I feel him softly chuckle against me. Tastes better without resistance after all. Wait, what? Huh? He desperately drains me to the point where I start to feel lightheaded and loosen my grip. I tug at his back and he pauses to look down at me. My weakened body collapses onto his as the bolt stirs. Through closed eyes, I can feel it, an unfamiliar sensation, warm, thin strokes of light filter through the window. Ah! Oh no! I open my eyes in shock and cling onto him, lacking the strength to lift my arms. It seems my curse does not end here. What? What? No, wait! He slowly raises a limp hand towards me. My moon. He hacks and coughs with features scrunched in anguish as flames clutch at his back. The first light of dawn is no sweet relief to a creature of the night. How could he not have known? Or did he know? Do I detect the faintest trace of a smile amidst all the pain? Or is it merely a trick of the light? The crackling noise makes me wince as a horrible stench emerges from his charred and twisted skin. No! Smoke climbs through my nose and mouth, suffocating me slowly. I can no longer tell if my tears are from the pain or from the tragedy of this outcome. Can my body quell these flames, or will they simply spread and consume me? Is there anything I can do? Don't go! You can't! No! Please! You can't leave me behind! What am I supposed to do without you? But he has no mouth to respond to me with. Before me lies nothing but a pile of ash. End 3. Unfit to meet the light of day. Well, that was something.